We're now preparing our luggage the day before our journey. The taxi is due to pick us up at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. So we're getting everything ready and we shall have an early night, going to bed around 10 o'clock this evening. Yesterday we received an email from TUI with some very disappointing news, and hopefully we can sort things out when we get to the ship. I shall explain more later. Here we are now, 5 o'clock in the morning, waiting for the taxi. We've done very well again and got 3 seats between the two of us. So we've plenty of room to spread out. And we've got a slight delay because they said they're updating the software on the plane and they've been doing it overnight and they were a bit late finishing. We've now had an hour's delay and the captain has told us there's a technical problem and they've just brought an engineer on board. They say the flight will take 8 hours 20 minutes today from Manchester to Orlando.
Latch that fault, which means it won't work until somebody's plugged in their diagnostic kit, run a test and reset the system. That in effect is what our engineer has done. Pulled a few circuit breakers to take the power supply from that system, put them back in again, then run a test. Everything verified is working, and now that system message has gone for no autoland. So if we needed to autoland, we could autoland today. So there we go. So I hope that's not being disrespectful. I'm trying to put it into a car analogy for you, but it's a sort of simplistic electronic box. And when faults occur, they need a reset. So that's what was needed from our engineer. That's what's done, and it will be underway. So thanks ever so much for your patience once again. We are going to get you underway just as quickly as we can now and get you down to. Thank you.
Put on the gates, and if you're not allowed to return to your seats, ensure your seatbelts are securely fastened. Your tray table is folded away, you open up lights. Into the fully bright position, fill your armrest down. Any foot or leg rest down in preparation for takeoff. The cabin crew will pass into the cabin to make your final check. Thank you.
Here we go, we're taking off now with about a 2-hour delay. We'd not been in the very long when they came round with the drinks. We ordered gin and orange, Bacardi and Coke, and later on they came round with wine for the meals. It was very nice. They are now coming round with the food. All the food and drink was included with the cost of the holiday. The food was very nice. It was chicken with a sweet sauce and vegetables and potatoes. I really enjoyed it. The meal was served about 1 o'clock English time and was one of the nicest meals I have had on a plane. A snack was served about 1.5 hours before we landed. We really enjoyed it. We've got sandwiches and salted caramel tiffin and a cup for coffee. Perfect.
When you're flying, they say you should always drink lots of fluids, but my husband thinks there's an exception to the rule. That means alcohol.
Here we are, just arrived, got off the plane. It's very hot, but very overcast. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon. It was very heavy rain when we arrived. Despite the bad weather, we didn't get wet. Everything was very organised and we were kept under cover. This time we had to watch a short safety video before we boarded the ship, and then we had to go to the muster stations. Here we are, we've just arrived in the cabin. It's very similar to the one we were in earlier on in the year, except it's the other way around. What was on the left's on the right in here, etc. Empty wardrobe space to keep the cases in and all their things. The bathroom, very neat and tidy. Nice shower. Just the same as we had when we came in March, except it's a lot further away, right at the back of the ship.
Your loyalty and continued support warm our hearts, ladies and gentlemen. Your presence feels like a reunion with dear friends. And
the first place we stopped at was Freeport, Bahamas. This was to comply with the American law, which said we had to leave the country in the ship before we returned. We had to go to a different country. There wasn't a lot to do there, just the port. They did organise a couple of trips, but as the boat was only there for 3.5 hours, they were quite expensive and we didn't think they were worth it. There was a trip to a resort with a nice beach, but it would have cost us over £90 for 2 or 3 hours at maximum on the beach, so we didn't bother with that trip. My wife loved the pina colada, but she had to be careful she didn't get brain freeze. They were very nice. Here's Linda now, we're trying a strawberry daiquiri.
Stay at Freeport. It was a short one, but sweet, I would say. The weather was kind to us. The prediction for the weather was really Bahamas Island, and for the next hour, an hour and a half, we will have Bahamas on our starboard side, and then we're gonna make a starboard turn, and we are gonna head towards the Atlantic Ocean and towards our next destination, New York. Everybody is excited on board. We're going to have 2 beautiful days at New York. The weather is predicted to be very nice, sunny. The New York is New York, and there's nothing more to say about it.
This was the sail away party from the Bahamas. The following day we would be at sea all day, and the day after we were arriving in New York.
Now, as the captain said, he's going to avoid whatever weather's going on up there for a little bit to try and let us have a bit of a party today. So, seeing as he's gone to all that effort, I think we can go to that. Right team, spontaneous unrehearsed dance break. Right, full let me show it now. Sunshine.
I am now trying a Long Island iced tea, which doesn't have any tea in it. It's very strong and delicious. This was our first full day on the ship. We had spent the morning in the Bahamas until 12 o'clock. We had then enjoyed all the activities on the ship. This is the area where the shops are, and it leads through to one of the entertainment lounges. The entertainment was fantastic. We didn't pay extra for the upgraded drinks package, as the choice was fantastic in the basic package.
My name is Ilias. I come from Greece, from the beautiful island of Kefalonia. Ooh, yes. I met a few of you that have been there, so they told me that they had a really nice time.
Just come back to get changed for the evening, and we've got an elephant in the room. That evening we had a reservation in the sushi bar. We did have to pay a little bit for it, but it wasn't very expensive, and we really enjoyed it, and you had lovely views of the sea while you were sat having your meal.
You need to buy extension and
You don't eat the beans, rather the pods. You just eat the beans inside the pods.
I will be explaining.
After the meal we went to watch the late night show at 10:30. It was excellent. There's a show most nights at 8:30 and 10:30. As you enter the theatre, there's a table set out with drinks, wine, prosecco and 2 different types of cocktails, and you just help yourself to a drink and take it into the theatre with you.
Shiny pop, heavy metal and hard rock combined with padded shoulders, glam makeup and androgynous fashion made sure that the 1980s was a distinctive decade in our musical history. Britain made sure they continued their dominance through the decades as they spearheaded these newfound musical styles with artists such as Duran Duran, the Eurythmics, Dire Straits, and arguably Britain's most iconic...
After the show, we went into the Squid and Anchor for a nightcap and to watch the group. We were told after the show the night before that we would be about 1 hour late entering into New York, and so instead of having to be on deck at 6 o'clock, we went on deck around 7 o'clock in the morning. The weather was very nice for most of our trip. In New York it was about 27 degrees by midday.
Can't keep the camera still rocking and rolling. They'll be saying, did you film that? I've just got that. Have you filmed it, Stanley?
If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like. If you follow us, you will see our next video on the rest of the cruise, including a helicopter rescue from the ship of a passenger who was taken ill. Here we go, walking off the ship. Quick look at the passport, just ask me my name, nothing else. No scanning. And there's some of the buses ready to take us away.